Gas prices continue their steady decline and are now lower than before Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February. But they are still mostly higher than last November, when President Biden made the first announcement of strategic petroleum reserve releases because gas prices were surging. Today, the economic advisor to the president credited the president's actions for lowering prices. However, economists say there are a lot of other factors at play. Fox 4's Lori Brown live in Dallas with that story. Lori.
The price per gallon here is $2.69 a gallon, much lower than the national average, which is $3.54 a gallon. Overall, prices have dropped 30% since the summer.
If you've noticed your wallet feeling a little fatter lately, you're not imagining it. Gas prices have dropped a whopping $1.50 a gallon since their peak in June. The White House says it's saving the average American family with 2 cars about $160 a month.
Texas has the lowest gas price in the nation right now.
While Texans reap the benefits of nearby oil refineries and lower gas taxes than some states, Jared Bernstein says the president's actions have played an important part in the drop around the country.
The president oversaw the release of 180 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserves.
What is your response to some people that say, well, it also has to do with the lockdowns in China or maybe fears about a recession?
I want to be very clear that when I'm talking about the release from the strategic reserves, I am by no means saying that's the only thing going on.
But Bernstein added,
as he's talked to the companies and he said, look, great that you're profitable, but it's also a time, especially when we're supporting the sovereign nation of Ukraine against the a terrible invasion by Russia. Everybody has to step up and do their part. We also think they need to be passing some of those gains on to consumers.
Bruce Bullock, director of SMU's Cox McGuire Energy Institute, said while the release from the strategic oil reserves has helped in the short term,
much of China is still locked down. With their zero COVID policy, the demand for oil from that part of the world is significantly lower than what you would normally see.
And the use of the reserves now could later come with a price.
Should we get an interruption in the supply of crude from foreign sources, or should the price of crude take off significantly, we're left with a significantly less crude to actually put on the market from the reserves.
You'll hear some people argue that the reserves are kind of spent. That's false. In fact, they are more than half full.
As for how long prices will remain lower could also depend on whether or not the U.S. heads into a recession.
About all you have to do in economic terms is say the word recession and things will slow down regardless of whether or not it's actually occurring or not. And some of that has been felt in oil markets.
The drop in gas prices should also translate into lower food costs due to drop in gasoline for shipping as well as fertilizer. As for how long we can enjoy these lower prices, Bullock says that prices typically go up between January and June, so there's likely at least one more month. Clarice.